discover everything you need to know about everything by just looking at your hands. I don't understand that one. I look at my hands all the time.
Better back up off me, dog. You better not get too close. You don't wanna get too bold. The rhythm, the rhyme is mind control. The good of the ground's the line and mold. All competition is got to go. Like an I load the flow. Cocking and load my throat. Spit on the daily, spin on the level experience, yo.
We just were talking off camera about cutting our hair. I cut my hair about 5 years ago. You cut your hair. What was it like when you snipped it off, bruh?
Oh man, at first I was going through it when I was sitting and hit the ground. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, even my kids didn't want me to cut it. My daughter was like, Daddy, no, don't cut your hair. I was like, it's time for it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was time.
Now you guys are on your victory lap. You guys put out your last album, East 99 Legends.
Yeah.
What's it like getting back in the studio with the boys?
Oh man, it's real good, man. You know, like the good vibes and connection. You know, it's like once we back in that mode, you know, it take us a couple of days to get in there and like really get going. But like once we get in that mode, man, it's just like it's good times in there, man. You know, like.
Is there one song that you're excited about to get the people's reaction about?
Oh man, we have like recorded so many songs, man. It's one song. It's actually called Legends. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's real dope. I think everybody's gonna love it because like we talking about everything we've been through, what we've seen, what we've brought to this game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that has emulated what we've done. You know what I'm saying? So we get deep in there.
Speaking of emulating, when I heard ASAP Mob, it was one of their songs. I was like, that's the Bone Thugs and Harmony flow. I don't know if the kids will understand that, but that's the Bone Thugs and Harmony flow. Did you see that? Did you recognize the influences that you guys have in the ASAP Mob's cadence in their music?
Yeah. What's crazy is when I first met ASAP Rocky, we sat down. We had sat down at a restaurant, and he was just like, yo, bro, you don't understand like how big of fans like we are of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, watch this, and he called his mom's on the phone. And, like, he was like, Mom, here. And gave me the phone. She was like, who's this? I was like, Krayzie Bone. She was like, oh my God. She was like, yo, you don't understand. I raised my sons off the Bone. I was like, yo, that's cool.
Now, you guys said you've been through a lot, you've seen a lot. I was listening to an interview Steve did. He said the first Source Awards you guys performed, and it was right around the time where Ruthless and Death Row was having a lot of beef. What was that situation like when you guys were on stage at the Source Awards and you guys ran into Death Row?
Man, the whole time we was in there, man, it was just like you could feel the tension in the whole room. It was just like, you know, and it was like we had beef with Death Row. Like we was never really like directly in the beef, like, because Eazy always told us, he was like, man, I don't want y'all to get involved with this beef. This is my beef. And y'all, I got like different plans for y'all. Y'all gonna be like way up here. Watch what I'm telling y'all. But you know, we like, bro, come on, bro. We from the streets, man. We ready. You know, if they coming at you talking about, you know, talking all this crazy stuff about Ruthless and everybody down with them, I'm like, bro, we down with you. And if we with you, we gonna ride with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. And I remember being on stage and just like the tension was just like, it was crazy. It was like you was a little bit nervous, and then you was just anxious, like, okay, if it's gonna jump off, everybody be ready. and it's crazy because we had went and we had accidentally, like, they had everybody in the same area, like, so when they took us to the back, like, it was like some Dog Pound people back there, and it was like, I think Mobb Deep was back there. It was like a lot of people back there, so we was like, yo, man, this is where it's gonna jump off at right now. Before the show even gets started, it's about to go down in here, man. But you know, thankfully, like, nothing went down, and like over the years, that whole beef just like sizzled away, and we, you know, Snoop is our dude. That's family, you know, Corrupt Dance, like, man, all that's just done. And you know, we even set up some time like, man, what was we beefing over? Nothing. I don't even remember. Nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? For real. So it was cool.
You guys changed the game. And you guys are from the hood, and what you guys did musically propelled you to levels that guys from the hood just at that point definitely never even thought they could reach to. So what was that experience like? How life-changing and how so out of place you might have felt?
Yeah, man, we was very out of place. You know, at the time, like when we first, we didn't even recognize like what had what we had accomplished at that point. It was like, you know, we wasn't looking at ourselves like we was like these dudes. Like we had, you know, cause to us like we were, even when Thuggish Bone was on the radio and it was climbing the charts, like we was still catching the bus in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? We walking around. I remember being at the bus stop one day in Cleveland. A car pull up, like Cadillac put up and loud as hell, like, we're not against rap. I'm like, nigga, that's my song. But I'm like, I can't say shit because I'm on the bus right now. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, and like it really didn't hit us until, you know, Eazy really tried to get us. He was like, I need y'all to come back to LA. He was like, why? He was like, cuz y'all niggas gonna get in too much trouble in Cleveland. Y'all still in the streets. Y'all, it's time for y'all to start y'all next album. Come on back. So like he made us come back to LA, like to get into, you know, like, cause we really couldn't get into shit out in LA because we wasn't from there. So like it was like we was just hotel and the studio bound out there. So he was just like, come on back. Y'all need to calm down. Y'all been in Cleveland. Y'all been showing out for a long time. It's time to come back and get back to work. So it was like we didn't realize it, man. We didn't realize we was those dudes until we actually started doing shows. And when we did doing these shows, like the females is just trying to kill us. I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong with these people? They was like, they was just after us. Like, we love Bone. I was like, yo, bro, this shit is crazy.
Listen, putting out Thuggish Bone, going to LA, and then you guys came back up and you guys followed that up with what? Was it first of the month?
Yeah, first of the month.
Oh man, and I remember that video. Then you guys dropped Crossroads shortly after that, and that budget was crazy.
Crazy, man.
What was that experience having a big ass? Because now niggas hold deals is like what the budget was for Crossroads.
Man, and it's crazy because today I'll be looking. Today I sit back and think, I'm like, man, we was stupid as fuck for letting them spend all that damn money on that one damn video. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it paid off because it took us to that next level. So, you know, I mean, man, it was crazy. Like, back then, like, we didn't even really understand. They was just telling us, you know, this budget is huge, and, you know, we like, okay, all right, where do we eat at? You know, we wasn't thinking back then. We just, everything else was just kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it was a crazy experience, man. That song, like, really took us to the next level. And that's when we really realized, when we won that Grammy for that, that's when we really realized it's like, yo, we universal now. Like it's crazy. It ain't just in Cleveland or LA, New York. We like universal now. Like so it was growing like that fast.
The transition from the streets to ultimate success seemed very, very easy for you as the leader of the group. As everyone always says, you were the leader of the group. How come it was harder for other guys in the group to sort of stay away from the streets and, you know, just blend into this life?
Man, because it was like when I was out in the streets, like even though we was doing like what we had to do to survive, it's like I never liked that life. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, because like I don't like living on the edge. I don't like looking over my shoulder at any minute. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can come kill you, or you could be killed like for some nonsense. I'm like, bro, like I'm trying everything I can do like to get me and my family up out of here. Like that's the dream. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who say it ain't, like, I don't know what's wrong with them, but like it's everybody's dream to make it to a better place in life. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, once I got there, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody gonna mess this up for me. I don't care. Like this is God giving me the chance I've been asking for my whole life, and I'm not about to blow it, and nobody else is gonna blow it for me. Like, and it was just like, you know, I ran into troubles with the law, but it was never nothing that was gonna have me just like in no serious trouble. It was like, it's time to straighten up and fly right. You know what I'm saying? I realized that I'm not gonna make this in the streets. And if I do make it in the streets, pretty soon I'm gonna get killed for it, or I'm gonna be in jail for life for it.
And you're embracing the business now. You have some new artists out there. You got
Yes,
Yak Boy Fresh. You got Kane. how much coaching did you guys give Biggie on capturing your flow? Because I think people don't even really understand. Biggie was always a great rapper, but when Biggie captured the Bone Thugs and Harmony flow, that's when everyone said Biggie's like the best in the world.
Yeah, bro, that shit, like, man, it was crazy because we went to the studio and we was still erratic. We went in that motherfucker like, this nigga had big bags of marijuana. This nigga had Hennessy, like, constantly coming in. He was like, yeah, you know, I knew you niggas was coming through. I know how y'all get down. We was like, okay, cool. So we going here, we going hard, like smoking and drinking, and like we like, some of us passed out. You know what I'm saying? We in here like just gone, but when it was time to do the song, everybody jumped up and was like, went and laid their verse. Busy went in, bam. I went in, bam. Blade came in, bam. And Big was just sitting there like watching. He was like, yo, how the fuck y'all niggas do that shit like that damn fast and lay it down so fast? And then he was like, he told Puff, he was like, yo, I'm taking this home. I'm coming back tomorrow to write my shit. And so he took the song home, and we actually didn't hear the song until the album came out, and he had already passed away. Like, so when we heard his verse, I was like, it was just really emotional. I was like, yo, this nigga murdered everybody on the song. No lie. Like, I tell him, I'm like, yo, this nigga murdered everybody on the song, bro. This nigga, I was like, I didn't even know he had an aim to come like that. I'm like, yo, it's a new Big right here, for real. That shit was dope. It was dope.
Was it a little nervous for you guys because you guys had such a, you know, a different history with Death Row? Because he went in, you know, he went in a little bit.
Yeah.
On that song.
Oh yeah, man. It was like, I mean, it's what's crazy is like, we had done the song with Pac, and like a month later after we done the song, Pac got killed. And then we done the song with Big, and a month later he got killed. So it was like, it was like, we wasn't really big because we told Pac, we like, bro, we neutral, man. We know y'all got beef, you know what I'm saying? Like, we riding with you, we down with Big, we ain't taking no sides, you know what I'm saying? Like, we from Cleveland, we out of the whole East Coast, West Coast anyway. We way down in Cleveland, like, far off, so we ain't in there. Like, and Pac was cool, man, you know what I'm saying? His thing was with Big and whatever that was. And the same with Big, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was like, you know, we ain't getting it, we ain't gonna like take sides in this, bro. Like, you say what you feel like you want to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, hopefully don't nobody take it wrong, like put us in that, and it didn't. So everything played out real good.
There's something that I want to do. It's a fun little game that we play here. I don't know if you follow Jaden Smith on Twitter, but his tweets are deep in a way that's just super deep. Wow. Jaden Smith is the bass god. Would you mind just reading a couple of Jaden Smith's tweets in like a dramatic voice?
No, all good.
Okay, come on.
All good. Do you go to sleep excited to wake up the next day? Do you? You can discover everything you need to know about everything by just looking at your hands. I don't understand that one. I look at my hands all the time.
That's our show for today, folks.
Yes, indeed.
Join us next week when we play Knick Knack Paddywhack on Pusha T's braids and throw up gang signs.
Yo, what up? This Krayzie Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, the world's most influential rap group, right here on Global Grind TV, baby. Thug style.
If anything, I can say when this cat was red, but I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, home to Bel Air. Now singing it.
They're almost tied as far as, you know, smoking goes. So smoking with B Real was very similar to smoking with Snoop.